So I've been doing game development in Unity for about 3 years now, and am not that bad in C#, but I have recently found boredom and want to improve on my coding experience. So I decided it would be a good idea to learn C. It can help my game development, but is also something fun and new to learn. Before I get into this video, I would like to say make sure to like and subscribe. Now let's learn some C. Okay. So right here, and download for Windows. There are some top extensions. I want to install something for this. I accept without reading. Let's put it on a different drive. If you'd like a different folder, click Browse. I think that's fine. Next, create a desktop icon. Add Open with Code action to Windows Explorer. Let's try that. First C program. Before starting the ABCD of C language, you need to learn how to read, write, compile, and run the first C program. To write the first C program, open the C console and write the following code. So we need to include Studio H, Conio H, and then a function called main. What's getch? What does getch do? Asks for a single character. Until you press any key, it blocks the screen. I don't know why we need getch, but okay. So we'll do hashtag include, and then I'm just gonna put a space, studio.h. So that should include that. Okay, include studio h, include conio.h. So why is this giving me an error? Please update your include path. Okay, do I just retry this? Include this studio.h. Why is it? Okay, so this is an issue. Do I need to literally open the console? That's the terminal. This is the console. Standalone build of GCC and win this for 64. It's a free C and C++ compiler. It's a free and open source compiler for C and C++. And there's a free and open source C library for targeting Windows 32 and 64-bit platforms. The combination of these result in a free C++ compiler. Okay, download it here. So it just downloaded something in my Chrome. WinLibs 86_64 POSIX said G. Okay, so this should be in my downloads folder. So in the terminal, we'll type gcc -- version. We get 15.2.0. And this is fixed. There's no errors. Okay, perfect. So now we can actually start coding. So Studio and Conio are added. That was actually pretty simple once we got it to work. Now to continue, printf, and then we can do what I want to say. So hello C language. And then okay, so there isn't the best IntelliSense like there is in Visual Studio. VS Code doesn't skip outside of here to here. If I'm coding in Visual Studio, I can go from printf and then this, and right here, I still can't duplicate the line. That's going to be annoying. But here, if there's no ending syntax, there needs to be an ending syntax. As you can see in problems, it's expected that there's a semicolon. I usually, if I'm typing, I can go end and put a semicolon here or even here, and the Visual Studio will put it at the end. So I will have to definitely get used to that. I do want to make sure that there is no way that I can't. So now I can hit Control D as much as I want. So we should do a character, and then this is hello string. Okay, brackets. Let's count how many words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6. Semicolon. And then we would define it. So hello string. String is equal to this. And then we could say HELLO. So what's the issue? Expression must be a modifiable L value. Okay, so how do we properly define it? Let's try this again. Character string2. We'll go like this. Empty, I think, just means that it will randomly allocate. And then if we do parentheses hello, with a semicolon. Does that mean that we can print this? And then string 2 will stop and then re-debug it. Now it says hello. So you can just use this, or you can use the really long method. I think it's going to be easier for my brain to use this. This is closest to C#. Okay, so we can define a character and print the character. Okay, so what is next? It is possible to make a slight game. So character name, maximum of 20. You print an enter. You scan for whatever is the input, and then it reprints this. So it would be printf, enter name, like this, and then you do scanf for this parentheses s, and then you put it to a name. So this scanf produces this. Whatever you get is this. So we create a character name, and do this, and do 20 slots. Now scanf, okay, we need a semicolon, I keep forgetting that. And then you would just printf this, so parentheses this, and then you just print name, right? Okay, so what you would actually need to do is we need to say it'd be like your name is space, and then it should just input this variable with this name. This should be what we want. Okay, now if I hit restart, it will rerun. It'll say enter name. If I say diamond90, okay, so I can't actually type in here. Enter name, and it doesn't let me type. There we go. So it doesn't actually show your name as you type it. Let's run it again. Diamond95, enter. Hit enter again. Your name is Diamond95. Okay, let's save this. Save. I can't exit out of this because my weird widget is gone. I'm guessing that's because now it's checking for an int and it's not just checking for a void. We need to ask them for their name, their age, how much money they inserted as a float, and what item they want. Soda, chips, or candy. I almost want to create a new script. Actually, let's do that. Create a new file and call this vendingmachine.c. So in vendingmachine.c, let's include studio.h. Okay, and actually, I'm going to take a break, so maybe I can actually understand this when I come back. I'm now back with a fresh mind. So let's just check what we did last time. We did a lot of printing and a lot of scanning. Okay, I'm all caught up. We want to actually probably bring up the requirements. So we need to ask them for their name, and this is an example interaction. To enter your name, and then this is the name, okay? So again, like this, int age, use printf to prompt, use scanf to read an integer and store in the age variable, and then you are blank years old, and then age, return 0. Let's just do this. So I can actually delete all of this and just put this here, and let's just stop it and rerun this script. So here it's going to ask for you to enter your age, and if I say 8 and hit enter, that's when it saves, and then I hit enter to put it. It says enter your age, you are 8 years old. Now what I'm wondering here is if it's possible to put this in front of the text to print it to a new line. Is that possible? It does. Okay, that is how you print it to a new line. I put this before, and then it goes to another line. What I want to check, though, can we go like this, and then reprint f on a new line, create another thing called date, maybe, check for and date, and then date. So let's run, open the terminal, enter your age 8, enter, you are 8 years old, enter your age. 9, enter. you are 9 years old. So it shows these two different variables. Okay, that's actually really good. So this is how you write multiple things. You just have to hit enter twice. So let's go over to our actual vending machine script here. And first we want to create an integer for main. We're going to go down a few and just return 0 so we can start running it. Let's just say what we need. So we need the name, age, money, item. Name, age, money, item. Okay, so we'll do int. Actually, the name is going to be a character. So character name, and we'll give them maximum of 20 bytes. Age, so int age. Now float is what I'm guessing is going to be money. And then item is going to be another character. So item will do 15. So we need the item that there's actually we'll just do like 5. And so now we have all of our variables that our people are going to answer questions about. So first of all, we're going to say printf, and we're going to say welcome to the vending machine. Okay, and then it's going to say enter your age. We don't want to, okay, so -n, enter your name. Okay, like this. Sick. We're going to space this, and then we're going to go scanf this %d, because actually %s for string, I think, comma, and I don't know why we do the but and name. So this is saved in the name variable. Let's go again. So printf, enter your age. We'll go scanf again, %d and age. Printf n, enter your item, scanf this %s and item. Okay, so now we have our name, our age, and our item specified in different places. Okay, cool. So now we have scanned for all of these, and let's just see what happens when we run it. So let's hit run. It's going to welcome to the vending machine. Enter your name. Okay, my name is Steve. Okay, enter. Enter your age. 89. 85. Enter your item. Soda. Okay, so this is actually working pretty well, where it's actually showing what we're typing, which I don't really know how we did that. I think it might be the and, maybe the space here, maybe this, or maybe something else. Either way, we have all of these here. Okay, and we'll go printf, enter the money placed inside machine. Scanf, %d, and money. Actually, it'd be a %f, because it's a float, I am pretty sure. Now, we need a matrix of money. So what I'm going to do is create a float, and this is soda price, and that's going to be equal to 125. We need the chips price, which is going to be equal to 175, and then we need the candy price is equal to 0.95. Okay, so the next thing we need to check is we need to output stuff. So we're going to check if item is equal to soda, or I want to do an or, so I think it's this or. Item is equal to soda. So either if the S is capitalized or if the S is uncapitalized, okay? Then if it is, which means we have a soda, we're going to check if the age greater than or equal to 13, then you can buy the soda. So then buy soda. We're going to want to, first of all, else if item is equal to chips or item is equal to chips, then boom. The first thing we probably also want to be able to check is if they have enough money to. Something like this. So what we're going to do for chips, we want to code chips first and soda later. So because chips is easier and it gives one of the examples as chips, let's do that. If money is greater than or equal to the chips price, then we can actually sell them the chips. So then we can do printf this -n, so new line. So we're going to say thanks, and then the %s for the string, and then name. That does plug in properly. So thanks, name, duplicate. You bought chips. We want to make sure it's on a new line though. Thanks, you bought chips. And then we'll say your change is this. Dan 56 item chips. Money places machine 2. Yes, it is. Thanks, Dan. You bought chips. Your change is 0.25. Okay, so chips are done. Chips are done and completed. So if soda is equal to item, the age is over this, then we can buy soda. So then we also want to make another check for, actually, we'll just copy this. So then we need to indent. Sick. Okay. If money is greater than or equal to soda price, so we'll take the soda price variable and use that more. Change is equal to money minus soda price. So if I choose Dan, I make him 14. I choose soda, right? That's exactly what it's put. And I put exactly $2 in the machine. It says, thanks, Dan, you bought soda. Your change is $75. So it works, but none of this other stuff is accounted for. So let's check that out. What is the soda price? 125. So we'll put in 1. So my name is Dan. My age is 14. My item is soda. And I have $1. Sorry, Dan, you don't have enough money. You need and inputted. My name is Jeff. What is your age? Let's do 12. Enter your item, soda. Money put in, $4. Sorry, Jeff, you're too young to buy soda. My name is Jeff. I am 14. I want to buy candy. I put $2. I put $18 in. Thanks, Jeff. You bought candy. Your change is $17.05. So it works. It seems to work. Which is good enough for me. We did just complete the first C challenge. The first C coding challenge has been complete, meaning I can properly use printf, scanf, string compare, and all of that. So I also want to do that too, and just slightly maybe improve upon the same script in a more programmerly fashion. This should work in the exact same way, but it is a much cleaner method. It's almost 10 lines shorter, and it uses a new set of function. Let's check. Yeah, so it all works, and it's a much simpler. Overall, we shortened it and also used functions, so that's probably the extent of C that I'm going to be doing today, but I will definitely do more C and hopefully another challenge later. If you'd like to see more C or other languages, make sure to comment below. Oh, and one more thing. Never mind.